Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Sim with the CPU slash me booking. And as you can see, there is a new kind of interface with the new look of the game. And they just released uh, fixes, like, I'd say fixes, but like an update type thing on March 2nd. Um, where it kind of helps some mods because there's plugins. Modders can now create plugins that can change the game, add features, screens, upload them to the workshop for others to enjoy. So it adds, kind of like some games where it creates a community feature that people can grab and hopefully, if they do it in a video, to give credit to who the author is and stuff. Then there's advanced stats system. If it's enabled, wrestling skill entertainment breakdown into 11 granular substats, brawling, technical, aerial, charismatic, and all that stuff. Kind of like what you would kind of see as a character in WWE, AEW, and stuff like that. But it kind of breaks it down of everything about a superstar. Um, there's added match stories, a moddable new booking option that instructs workers to work to create a type of story in their match. So you can kind of, I guess, create how you want the match to go throughout the thing and how it's going to tell a story. Added ability to set new title champions in both angles and matches. Weird stipulations and promos where the champion vacates injury and stuff. Probably with injury complications and stuff like that, where they would have to vacate it, like in some instances where superstars come out and they were like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a while, and so I'm going to have to vacate this title, and then they start a tournament, or, whoever is up next for that title. Um, Add a cap to promotions so they can only gain 5 popularity per month in a region. So they added a cap to it. So if you're probably, I haven't gotten that far, but if, you could be earning 10, well, then that's divided by 2, and you're only getting 5 no matter what per show. And then workers can get unhappy if they're not being booked on a show, which will get worse the longer they are unbooked. Owners can now create owner goals, which the user must complete or put their job at risk, which I wonder if it's like new worlds being built. Because right now I see no owner goals at all or anything, or if eventually when I click the next day that all this stuff is going to implement to this series. Training schools can now generate wrestlers. We did create a training school, so we will see what's going to be generated eventually, if it were to pertain to the save, which I believe it possibly can. Workers will start to lose morale when not booked, which it getting increased. So wrestlers can lose morale as they're not being booked, so booking them is important. Adding a new picture pool table to the database, which allows modder to add pictures and stuff. So you can, basically saying picture pool, I would imagine, is like your picture gallery in this game. Added more translation support. I have no idea what that would be. Added support for ChatGPT and local LLM integration. Greatly improved skinning options and a brand new skin for the game. And those with, I would imagine, AI hooked up can now use it to book shows. So that is what's new to this game. So, we are going to continue on our 3 month journey each 3 months. New episode every 3 months. That way, you're not sitting here for 4 hours watching me kind of book the shows and everything. So, we will simulate next day. Kind of see what happens if anything were to happen. So we have unread mail. Julius Tyre wins Intercontinental Championship at NXT. I've said it for only SmackDown or Raw. This victory marks the first time they have won the championship in WWE and ends the, because vacancy, they defaulted by saying that the title was made in like 1980. The tag team. So he's just winning the titles over there, but so the Elite now has all this Worldwide Entertainments titles. So they won the world. So NXT tag, exclusive to SmackDown. Saying that he won it on NXT. I wonder if they just like put it on there because it's exclusive to Raw. Stuff like that. But who knows? They have 3 events per week. I'm going to view him quick. So psychology, agent. Okay. So you have to sign people, I think, backstage staff and join the training school. So that's what I have to do. Who are you? You're a wrestler. Okay. So he's staff. He's a wrestler. And staff. So we will have. So we've been doing Sammy Andrews for the matches during the show. Oh, I don't think I because I didn't re-sign him. Yeah, because I didn't resign him, so I'll have to sign a few backstage people. We'll do that real quick. So, filters, backstage. Agents. So he's at 100. Make it 2 years. Yeah. 2 years. Okay, we got 2 males. Brett. Trying to find. Is there really not? We're gonna add a filter. There. We'll do that. I'll do that. So we'll go to training school. Okay. Mario is large. Those aren't always cool. Unless if I can't get them to. So I don't see them. So we'll just do next day. Otherwise, worst case is we're letting people go because I can't add them to this training school. So can't I find unless if you have to be a certain person. Okay, I don't need to create another one, but let's get to business at hand. Alrighty. Title 1 request. Sure. You already want one in February, now you want one in June? Or July? It was like everyone wants to be like cutthroat out of everybody. Oh, April main event spot. Yeah. Yeah, we could put Leslie and Celia there. So we have Seal and Iker, but with our office we have promises from Tegan Scout. Tegan Scout is going to get her push. Ignacio, a singles win against Iker, and Iker wants a 15-minute match. Done. We'll have Basile there. And then got Iker. No titles. 15-minute match. Close. He may be angry, but overall, what about if I angry about it, but hopefully it adds to the story beat a little bit. Is it? His opponents. Okay. Oh, I guess I can't. Exchange. So that does that. We'll add. Against. So they are good. As opponents, we will put the title on the line. Oh, so you can add this to it, which is nice. Some bows. Oh, I just changed that. All right. Yeah. So. Oh, we can have Autobook, AI book. Okay. Next event, I will try that. So. We'll have a promo of Anthony Wilson. Five-minute promo on that. Have Moses. Stories. Right. Then that's going to be that. Okay. Adding a match where go Proving Grounds. Yeah, no one's gonna be happy with the outcome. A 15-minute battle royal. Yeah. What else could we add to it? She's injured, so we can't. Yeah, that's it. So trying to make a big spectacle out of that. Um, Hardcore car crash. Sounds like a fun one. We're good. So we have just a matchup to start. Sloan Frazier wins. I just brought the match to another level. 40 credit action, 74 3-star match, and a 57 final score. Then we have Hannah Wong in a Proving Ground match. Proving Ground works best with a significant age gap between workers. This match was good, but could have been better with a bit story to tell, so psychology. 47 crowd reaction. 3.5-star match, 80% match quality, and then based on how well it fits the story and stuff like that, 43% and 60% final score. +1, -1. Then we got Anthony Wilson and Moses Klein. Anthony cutting a promo on Moses for the mid championship. Then we got a 4-women battle royale. And we have Jada Duncan winning. Lesnar was a little out of breath. Jada was a little bit out of breath. Samira was a little out of breath. And this is protected from popularity loss. She was the last eliminated. +1 for, or 0.1 for Jada. 46% crowd reaction. 2.5 star match. 68%. 57 final score. We got Max Grassi, Lewis Cohen, Royce Cooley. Video involving them, and then a match for next week. Or next event, not next week. Then we have Iker versus Ignacio. Ignacio wins. Iker didn't like it beforehand. Vocal were in love with it. 36 crowd reaction. 75 with 3-star match for quality. And 55% final score. Angle including the trio of the tag team hardcore duo and Hassan Krafi. 0.1 to the tag team. 0.0 for Hassan. 66 final score. Tegan over Ellen because they are perfect as incredible chemistry as opponents. 59 crowd reaction. 3-star match. 74% match quality. Fits promo style. 30%. Workers meet story requirements +0 and +0 for suitable match. And then 68% final score. Then we have Moses and Christian going at it for the heavyweight title. Moses ends up not gaining the title to become 2 belts. He gains, or he just doesn't gain a title. He just keeps his mid. Sprint matches. So a squat match. So it's probably giving me some insight that sprint matches are good under 8 minutes. Stuff like that. Could have been better with psychology. 57% crowd reaction. 3.5 star match. 80%. So 50. It probably would have been 80, but it was negative 30% with workers meet story requirement. 65% final score. And we are at the 40. Could have been a 57. We gained 0.2. So let's see. Push request probably succeeded. Succeeded Iker and Ignacio and Hannah Wong in the summary. So we had 364 tickets. $5,400. $5,500. So promise to Iker, promise to Ignacio, and Hannah Wong succeeded. So we're going to simulate. Madison Webb winning AEW Championship for the second time. So trying to gain more star power, stamina, stuff like that. She is on my roster. So, am I losing money off of it? So we got 36 in merchandise. Don't know why. Trainer salaries, that's trainer school upkeep, and then trainees, 0. So we're spending a little bit more because of, the training school, of the trainer salaries, and then school upkeep. We have no active trainees. We have 1 alumni, staff, wrestler, staff, personality. Could I send people? I can't send them to development, so. That button, hopefully you get no more emails. Alright. IAW has been offering Jada. We got 2 emails. Team Scout work with Jada. Exclusive. AEW makes it exclusive for Julius Dyer. Gotta look who's on my short list and see if I could not necessarily sign anybody, but see what's happening. Julius Dyer did look like a good wrestler, but no, it's seems like there's a lot of there's a lot of Jada's contract expires this coming up month. I think I may have signed her just to a 1 year deal. I mean, I possibly could let her go. Well, we're going to add match teams. And then add that, the automatic. I'll have nothing for that. Okay, there's that. Just trying to think on what to do here. I have that. No, I think she also wants a title opportunity, so I'll just give it to her. Luis wants a title win. Okay, she's with us. Alaska that I was looking at. Yeah. Like every title's on the line. So alright. 10 more minutes of content though. So we have 40%, 2.5 star match, and 55. At 31% on this match detail. And then we have 53% crowd reaction, 2-star match, and 60 final score. And Tegan successfully retains against Jada Duncan. We have Anthony Wilson as the new mid champion, as Moses has been changing the mid and also the main roster one. And he ended up losing his 47% crowd reaction, 4-star match, 87% match quality, and 67% final score. Then we have Basile against Alejandro Keith, and Basile won. 29% crowd reaction, 2.5-star match, and 50% final score. Then we have Luis winning against like six other superstars in a 7-person battle royale. So 48% crowd reaction, 4-star match, and 66 final score. Would have been a 60, stuck at 40.2 for North America. So we have 9. 327, so 4,900. And a lot of these succeeded. So as we move on to this March last event of this kind of episode of Pro Wrestling Sim, we have some Julius Dyer, whose contract expiry from SCW and WWE. Try to click on it, and it's not part of my squad, so I can't like renegotiate. But if we were to look at my short list, I wish there was like a function for it, where I can't begin negotiations because he has a written contract with Incredible Action Wrestling, but it has these informal agreements with 2 other ones, so he must have had the informal agreements and then went to Incredible Action Wrestling and had that exclusive written contract. We're going to remove him from our short list, as he is decent amount, but it seems like he is going from promotion to promotion, and there's no way we'll begin negotiations. Then, also, realizing that we had an email from Craig Lowry, has graduated past beginners class at the training school and now can be booked on shows. And with my training school, so he's no longer training, with my training school being a corporate, since this has been new, that things aren't like in total in like the process of it, if like he could go anywhere else, because the way as I've mentioned in previous before, that corporate is you have trainees and then you can hire them if you want to be part of your show. And then European is everyone's constantly training, and then there's another one where, they come in and kind of treat it as like a Planet Fitness and stuff, where they can come in and you're essentially paying a fee, or they're paying a fee for like a boot camp and stuff. So overall, looked at this guy, wrestling skill of 23, star power of 28, looks of 60 and stuff. I know we've mentioned that my amount of wrestlers is complete, but this guy is 50, as in per appearance, and we will put him on a 2-year contract like I have been with everyone else. Put him as an enhancement talent. I wish you could put like none, but we'll put him as a face right now. So the way that I will use this person is like pre-shows of gaining his wrestling stuff more leveled up. So his wrestling skill, because right now it's a 23, not the greatest, but not the best. So he has good stamina, 58 safety, which is good, and everything else. But we will make the offer. He accepts, which is good. So now he is part of the promotion. So we will sim to the next 7 days, and maybe we'll get more people coming out of the training school, and this will just like repopulate people going in and out of there. And then I've tried to keep seeing if I could, with that backstage staff, of adding them to the training school, but it only seems like Esther Murphy is the only person that can be one of the trainers there. So, and all that jazz. So we are going to continue to the 13th, or whatever day it is. I think I said the 23rd of March. So, as this will keep simming, there will probably be email. So we will see. And we have Silas Bates that graduated from the training school. So we have a lot of people that are probably cheap that are graduating from the training school now. So we will go to the training school, and we honestly could have these two wrestle each other and be part of the pre-show. He's a wrestler, he's a powerhouse, he's tall, he's bulky, so there's a giant and cruiserweight kind of thing going on when it comes to that. Looks of 86, intimidation 43, wrestling skill 21, entertainment 59, 11, 50, and 40 for stamina. So he's 55, so we'll kind of put him as enhancement talent right now and put him on a 2-year contract. Make that offer. He accepts. So we will have them two kind of be wrestling the pre-show of that, and it's either that or even that, put videos of the pre-show for these guys of, kind of advertising their appearance that's going to be coming up shortly. So we have that. So now we can book the event. We're going to add an angle. We're going to add video. Go to Silas Bates. He's going to get a 5-minute video. And then we're also going to add the other person, Craig. He's not an attacker, but a video of Craig Lowry. They're enhancement talents, but overall part of the pre-show. Save the angle, so it gives them something for popularity and stuff like that. So we have 500, which is nice. And what's been happening is we have Christian. So we've been doing the Chasing the Title, Moses Klein. He has no title because we had him face Anthony Wilson, and he has the mid-championship now. So we're just going to add a celebration of Anthony Wilson to start off the show for 10 minutes. Not part of the pre-show. It's going to be part of the main show. So they must have changed some stuff with the colors because it was a different color before. But this is also... I started recording the first part of it, and then this is kind of the last month of it. So if it kind of is a little different, that is why. So we have Ignacio, a tag team champ, and a trio champ. Luis, I think Ignacio was also wanting a push, which he does deserve a push. So we're gonna give him a upper mid card push. So that's gonna make him happy because he has multiple titles. So we're gonna make that push. We're just gonna add teams. Honestly, this is what we'll do. I know I kind of advertised the pre-show of this will be a so there's that. I'm gonna put tag titles on it. Maybe 15 minutes. Oh, never mind. I'll save those two. We will do. There, that's what that will be for. Major spots. So there's that. Okay, so it has gold for ladder matches. Those will be saved. I was going to add those two people in it to add 6 people, but it's one of the stories. I will keep that alone. So we will have, so she's the mid champion. Terrible for that. So she's part of 2. So that is fine. We'll add a match. Who's she good as opponents? She's a team and Ellen Copeland. That's who it is. So we're going to do an angle. Or do that's, I think it's 3W. No, it's this last one. Oh, 5 minutes. We'll do stare down between the 2. And then matches made. There we go. We'll add that. This will be a ladder main event match. Okay. So we're going to add angle. Angle template. There's that. There's that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. That's a face. So is Leslie. I honestly want to see. So she is imitation of 100. Let's do this. I'm gonna add match. Okay, they're roughly more similar, so we'll do that with Celia Jackson. And Arabella, they're two faces, but there's no titles involved. There's that. Yeah. Spectacle match, sprint, squash match. No. No. Then no. Then at the end of that match. So I wonder. So we'll do that. We're gonna add a promo. That's what we'll do. For 5 minutes at the end. So then he just comes out of nowhere and then they brawl. Okay, she is healed from her injury. We will add a match. Against them again. We'll do no gimmick, no nothing. We'll do it like that. You can add up to 31 more minutes. Okay. So we have Max Carrassi. But some of these people may not need to be booked, to be honest. So we have Max Grassi, Hassan, Leslie, Lewis, Hannah. I know she's been how does she have 3 wrestling skill? Or also her stuff is dropping. She was booked to last event. We can also add a pre-show match. So those two have been going at it. 5 minutes. So that way they have at least I'll give it 10 minutes. That way they at least can booked. There's nothing happening there. Just her cutting a promo afterwards. Maybe we could advertise them and then also put them in a match afterwards. That's what we'll do. Put them in a 10-minute match, post-show. Non-purpose. Match story. David and Goliath, essentially. But it just gives them a match afterwards. Gives them what they came to pay for. Oh, he was booked to announce stuff. That's what he was doing. Okay, I see. Because he has... agent-wise and stuff. Okay. But this is our complete show. We're missing some people like Max Grassi and Lewis, Jada, Hassan, but they're not really in something right now, so there's just a few people that they aren't a part of the show. So we will have a 75% of 92 is Silas and 57 Craig Lowry. They both gained 0.1 in regards to the segment. 5 minutes each of video showing them. So 75%. Then we have a Hannah Wong and Leslie match. 10-minute, 50% final score. Match story was a 38%. So based on how well the match fits the story and how well the workers meet the story requirements, match score contributes 40% of the overall match quality. So fits promotion style plus 0, workers met story requirement plus 0, suitable match length plus 0, and freshness penalty of match story. So it was a check mark for 2 of them, but it gave no story boost. 77% with a 3-star match and 29% crowd reaction. Then we get really into it, and Anthony Wilson just does a promo of Celebration, which was 5% to start off the show. Probably should have been 5 minutes instead of 10. Then we have Celia versus Arabella. Celia wins, which is perfect. The match was good, but could have been better with a bit more time to tell a story. So either psychology or one of the match story things could have been something. 31% crowd reaction, 3.5-star match, 80% match quality, 68% match story, and then 58% final score. Then we have... Oh, shoot. I didn't do it. I was going to involving a plan for changing, but Arabella, it was perfectly executed, but I didn't do what I needed to do. But anyway, 0.1, each person gets it. Cecilia basically gets attacked and everything, receives medical attention after the match, after she wins, so it was perfectly executed on what they wanted to do. Samira just comes back. Last event, we didn't really use her, and did the David and Goliath thing, match stories, so it was a boost. Workers meet story requirements plus 5, so that is great to know. 54% crowd reaction, 1.5-star match, 60% match quality, 66 match story score. It was plus 2 to the final score, so that's good. and then 59% final score. Then we have a segment with Tegan and Ellen. They've been going back and forth with each other, and being very great opponents. So I just, did a contract signing for them, even though they have been going back and forth with each other and going for the title and everything. But we did a contract signing, added 0.1 to each of the popularity, and gained a 45% final score for it. Then we have Basile and Iker. Change character. Gimmick was a success. Okay. So, Basile, using one of these match story brawl stuff, Basile calls out Iker. He responds to the call out, and then two of them begin to brawl soon. Many staff members have to come out and break it up. Iker would get a slightly better crowd response with a little bit more momentum. They both got 0.1, 57% final score with it. Then we have a Chaos Multi-Man, which fits promotion style 15%. But I guess it -1 to the final score overall. But Bryce Boyer wins with the latter match. So they continue to have the tag team titles. Ignacio and Bryce Boyer gain 0.2 from it. Jonathan Robinson lose 0.2. Edward Russell stays the same. These two have been good and incredible with chemistry with each other, and we found something that fits the promotion style. 48% crowd reaction, a 4-star match, 85% match quality, 59% overall within the match story of how that fits that criteria, and 61% final score. And this was the main event match, essentially. But wait, there's more. Christian Gaines was in the kind of announcer, or the commentators table, and was standing there watching the match as it was going. And Moses Klein, he's been trying to go at the title and everything, and he comes out and they start to engage in a brawl, and that gained 93% in a final score with that happening. So he gained 0.2 from it, and Moses gained 0.1. Then we have, from the videos before, we have just kind of a post-show match overall. Workers meet story requirements out of this was a +5. So 36% match story score, 46 final score. It was a 2.5 match, 2.5 star match with 70% match quality and 25% crowd reaction. So the size difference tells a great story and everything. They gain no popularity because it is a dark match after the show. And then we have Eloise, who is cutting a promo 74% at the end of their match to just kind of say her piece. She is the champion, and having a promo. So that is the show, and it would have been 66. Game 0.2 in popularity. We will end the show, and we will see how many people came to the show. 376, so we gained 5,600, 5,640. So with that being said, our finances, 5,640, so we kind of, with our staff wages and stuff like that, and also marketing, changing up to 1,000. Then we also have production, then we got the travel, with the catering, the medical, and trainer salaries being 3,000, and now training school upkeep 17,000, So we are kind of going up a little bit because we added the training school. And trainees would gain nothing or lose anything. So we will go to the end of the month and kind of see what kind of the final overall tally is when it comes to finances before we kind of cut the video. But I feel like we did gain quite a bit of ticket sales a little bit. I really didn't look at kind of the final tallies if we're going up, but we have title match, Craig Lowry. I'm sorry, man, you just got into the promotion. We're not going to give you a title match yet. And then we have Lauren Lee has graduated past beginners class, so we can kind of take a look at her. 9 in wrestling skill, 33 star power. And these are just going to keep auto generating. Generated, driven by want for power. So, and I feel like they're just going to sit there until we sign them. So I am not going to sign her right now. Just light heavyweight, female, average height. I know with her and Semi-Ra would be a great tag team, possibly. So I could sign her overall because they both want power and stuff. And Semi-Ra, my roster, want for power can be annoying, stuff like that. Charitable locker room leader and stuff. Obviously, she has that negative effect on the morale in the locker room, which wasn't too bad. I think it was like -6, so it's not even that bad. But she is ripped. She's above average in height. So the wanting for power thing would be perfect for Lauren Lee and Semi-Ra to have a tag team. So we will see how much it would be for. So 50. So we could, not main event, but kind of right now enhancement talent, heel. She would be kind of royalty because she's wanting power. Fast growing, fast, and requires an entertainment skill. So it'd be perfect. And then we will be good for wrestlers. And we potentially, since we are adding these people from the actual school itself, we potentially could be letting go other people because of, the budget cost of the other superstars. Like overall, at first I did it overall for marketability, as you were seeing that, to kind of gain more popularity of people coming into the business. But I think we're kind of there right now with gaining a couple hundred now, almost to 500. Like right now, Jada, she was not used in the last event, and they kind of did an update for this that if you're not using them, they will get kind of mad and stuff like that. So Jada has a written contract with Incredible Action Wrestling. So she has that for her. We could release the worker. She is $321 per appearance, and we didn't use her last time, and we basically replaced her with someone with 50 overall, like 50, kind of basically the same stats here as Semi-Ra. It's kind of sitting right here, 3 years and everything else, traditional, maybe, obviously just a little bit younger at 22, and a brawler and everything else. But Lauren Lee here. It's more of an entertainer kind of wrestler or whatnot, but with her and Samira being a tag team, has that entertainment of 91, 51 imitation, and she's a heel and royalty, and $50 besides $300 per appearance if we use her. So Lauren Lee, also 23 March, she debuted into the wrestling world and also debuts from the training school. Stuff like that. So, she has David Dotson trained at training school. Esther trained her. Leslie trained her. So I'm keeping kind of Leslie around because of she is part of the training school one way or another. I guess Jansen Farrell and Jolene Jacobs. So overall, we can replace Lauren Lee with Jada Duncan. That she has the written stuff and don't know what we are getting from her, as she was a tag team champion for WWE, and that is about it. But now, since we have this training school and everything, we will release, and we want nothing but the best for Jada as well. But it seems like she is being very successful in what she is doing, because she's been in multiple promotions, but she was not in that recent IAW event. So there is that. We're still in March, so we're going to simulate 6 days and kind of see the final finances like we do in each quarter of the year, and kind of see what is going on. And we'll see if there's any people coming up from the training school, which it doesn't look like it. Now we got our finances. So training school upkeep within April so far is 900. So overall, I think I may have to scale down the training school because I have it where it says it's massive. We will do update. We will do medium, because now David Dodson, Jensen Farrell, Jillian Jacobs, Leslie, and that. So we will do that for sure. We have gained 3 people that are decent from it, so that is good. But anyway, change it down to like medium. That way we don't have 30,000 for upkeep, because we are essentially paying for the landscape of it. So overall, we've increased in ticket sales a little bit from the start of the year. So we went from 54 to almost 55 to basically 5, and now we're back up to 56. So that is good on that end, that we're kind of fluctuating. That we did start in May of 22, that we were at 1,800, then we dipped down, then we kind of basically sporadic, and now we're in the 4 to 5s. So we are having people coming in, because it was 376 to get that. So from the last one, it was 326. So quite a bit of a jump. And we are set with roster wise. And then merchandise, I don't know what we're selling merchandise wise, unless if it's overall just merch within the promotion itself. But we have $41 in merchandise, and then it's all this stuff that is basically, the stable of production that stays the same at 20,000. Travel, depending on the person, will range from, I guess, 2,000 to 2,500. We got 500 for catering that we've kept because it helps the morale within the backstage. And then medical is kind of fluctuating depending on how many people we have. And then staff wages depending on what we have going on, which overall backstage morale is at 100 now. Iker has bad, Arabella has bad morale right now. Probably with the promises or whatnot. Leslie, Edward, even though I've used you. But yeah, as of right now, Ignacio 19 and -6, but it's 100% right now, which is good. Anthony has good morale. Basile has good. Cecilia has good. Max, Leslie has good morale right now, but yet, I guess, however the case may be. Yeah. So we are doing good on that. There's no promises. Everything else, relationships and stuff like that. Relatives, obviously, so good. So we got. I couldn't find Edelina. It must be like an outside, like relative type thing. But then we have people with the training schools and stuff like that, and then there's very bad like Hunter Hansen, Sammy Andrews, but Sammy Andrews has been doing quite a bit for us. So overall, we're also going to kind of scale back because of staff that's not being used. So we will add a filter, and it will be worker type and backstage staff. Apply filters. So right now Esther is used for, she agrees with informant on that, but she is being used for the training center. These two are the owner and booker. Quentin is not being used at all, so we will release him. Rice Cooley has been used every so often, but I guess his agency went up to 100. So that's that. Sammy Andrews we're going to keep because he has that 20 years of experience. He has 17 as a retired, so we're going to keep him. And then Senna, status retired, I guess, and experience of 21 years. But we can't use you. So we're going to release, and we have these people right here. So we will also see backstage morale overall, and with them leaving, hopefully that will help with the wages and stuff like that to go down just a little bit. That was the only thing I was cleaning out essentially, because we've cleaned out Jada, Duncan, and then if you want to add tag teams, you just go to the tag teams and you can create new tag teams. Now these two have been, together for a few matches, so every match is essentially a experience point. So these guys have 7 matches worth of experience, and these guys have 9 matches worth of experience. So we are going to add Samira and Lauren Lee. If I can find her name. I'm going to do royalty of power, because they're both like royalty given people and royalty of power, because they both want power. So that is it for this first quarter of 2023. Hopefully to see you in many more episodes ahead, and have a good one.